Pittsburgh Steelers star Joey Porter Jr. could be in trouble of missing the team's game against the Seattle Seahawks. He missed practice for a second straight day on Thursday. Porter is battling a hamstring injury. Head coach Mike Tomlin did seem optimistic that Porter would end up playing, but starting the week off on the wrong foot is not the start to the week they wanted. If Porter could not play, it would be cornerback Brandon Echols who will suit up instead. Echols had to play for Porter during the rest of the game after the team held Porter out as a precaution. During those snaps, Echols played outside cornerback. Porter has become a stalwart in the Steelers' secondary over the last 2 seasons. His absence would lessen what is a talented cornerback room, but the team has confidence in Echols to step up and make plays if Porter is not around to play. The Seahawks have Jackson Smith-Njigba, who is a talented wide receiver and undoubtedly their top option in the passing game. If Porter is not out there, the Steelers will have to decide what the best way is to attack the Seahawks offense to limit the dynamic former Ohio State star. Some general managers appear to get along better than others, which sometimes leads to 2 sports organizations conducting trades between each other more often than with other franchises. In June, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Miami Dolphins made a blockbuster deal that involved 3 Pro Bowl players. However, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero argued that trade doesn't increase the likelihood of the Steelers acquiring wide receiver Tyreek Hill during the 2025 season. If anything, Pelissero said on The Rich Eisen show that the previous trade decreases the chances of the Steelers acquiring Hill. "I don't see a team like the Steelers bringing in Tyreek Hill, period. To be quite frank," Pelissero said Friday. "Never say never, but if any team is going to have inside information on where things went sideways with Tyreek last year, it would be from a team that traded for multiple other Dolphins veterans within the past few months. It just seems like it would be a difficult fit there." Pundits have continued to suggest the Steelers as a landing spot for a new receiver to begin the regular season. The organization acquired DK Metcalf, but then traded George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys this offseason. Calvin Austin III entered the 2025 season as Pittsburgh's WR2. Rumors have linked Hill to other NFL teams through trades since the end of last season. The receiver told reporters, "I'm out after Miami's 2024 season finale. Steelers not good fit for WR Tyreek Hill?" After the Week 1 defeat, pundits began speculating again whether Hill would finish the 2025 season with the Dolphins. The receiver added to the speculation with a sideline outburst during the opener. The Steelers have dealt with problem receivers over the years. They aren't above having receivers who are distractions. But the Steelers just parted ways with Pickens and Deontay Johnson, at least in part, because of their drama. It would be a little odd for the team to turn around and bring in Hill. The veteran receiver also has off-the-field issues for teams to be wary about this season. You have the additional NFL review and allegations of domestic violence raised by his now ex-wife, Pelissero added. That's a lot for teams to bite off. The one positive Pelissero mentioned about a Hill trade was his price tag. The Dolphins converted a large chunk of his pay into a bonus. That means if he's traded, Hill will be affordable to the acquiring team. But that perk wasn't enough for Pelissero to even consider the Steelers a likely landing spot. The NFL insider essentially only discussed the Kansas City Chiefs as a potential trade destination for Hill. The 31-year-old receiver led the NFL with 1,799 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns just 2 years ago. But last season, Hill played through injuries and failed to post a 1,000-yard season for the first time since 2019. He had 81 catches, 959 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns during 2024. NFL teams will deal with a lot of drama for talented players, but they all draw the line at some point. It's also not clear Hill is still the superstar receiver he was a few years ago. As the NFL season progresses, discussions around potential trades are heating up, particularly regarding star wide receiver Tyreek Hill. With rumors swirling, many experts believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers could emerge as a prime destination for Hill, especially with Aaron Rodgers as the team's primary quarterback. Pittsburgh has a solid foundation with its receiving core, featuring DK Metcalf as a primary target, but the addition of Hill could create a formidable duo. Hill's explosive speed and playmaking ability would complement Metcalf's physical presence, potentially transforming the team's aerial attack. Analysts point out that if Pittsburgh is serious about making a deep playoff run, acquiring a player of Hill's caliber should be a priority. However, the logistics of a trade are complex. Hill's contract demands would require the Steelers to maneuver their salary cap effectively, as he carries a significant cap hit. Despite this challenge, the potential benefits of adding Hill could outweigh the financial strain, especially if Pittsburgh is looking to maximize its window with Rodgers at the helm. The Dolphins might be open to trading Hill if their season continues to falter, and Pittsburgh has already shown interest. The clock is ticking as teams assess their playoff prospects and make decisions that could impact their future. Should the Dolphins decide to move Hill, the franchise would be remiss not to engage in discussions. NFL analysis projects Tyreek Hill to be a good fit for Aaron Rodgers and Pittsburgh Steelers. Hill has the chance to be a good fit in Pittsburgh with Rodgers as his potential quarterback. This is detailed more in an analysis by Mike Florio for Yahoo Sports. Second, the Steelers. There's already chatter, in the aftermath of Sunday's win over the Jets, that the all-in Steelers could go even more all-in by making a move for Hill. Yes, Pittsburgh already has receiver DK Metcalf, who's making $30 million per year on a 5-year deal. But the Steelers don't have a clear-cut number 2. Hill would be 1B, if not, at times 1A, to Metcalf. Why wouldn't quarterback Aaron Rodgers want Hill? The more potent weapons that Rodgers has at his disposal, the better his first year in Pittsburgh will go. For Pittsburgh, this is not just about acquiring talent. It's about enhancing their chances of contending for a Super Bowl title. If they can successfully integrate Hill into their offense, it could provide the spark needed to elevate the team to elite status. The speculation around a potential Tyreek Hill trade to Pittsburgh underscores the excitement of the NFL season. With Aaron Rodgers leading the charge, adding Hill could propel Pittsburgh into the upper echelon of the league, making it a move worth pursuing as the trade deadline approaches.